Hi, my name is Nick, and I will be the game master for this campaign called Plague of the Demon King. It's a Pathfinder 2e campaign, and these will be our players. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Edgar.
Hi, I'm Brian.
Hi, I'm Bella.
And who will you be playing?
I'm gonna be playing. Well, it's a surprise, bro.
Okay. Is your character a surprise, Brian?
My character, I actually wrote up a different character last night, so yeah. Are we like introducing like appearances?
Just like the name.
Oh yeah, I'm playing
Maybe
Lazarus
class.
Stork, champion.
Okay.
And I'm playing Delina Cherryfoot, and I'm the bard.
And Edgar's a
Del
surprise.
I'm
Edgar's
playing
a
a cleric.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Partial surprise. Okay. So I'm going to set the scene. Framed by the bluish-pink cosmos floats a fantastic planet known to its people as Harath. Orbiting the planet is its brother moon, Balgaroth, a rocky place forming peculiar shapes and imagery across its surface. Peoples of Harath have described the moon as looking back at them. Others have said it looks curled up like a fetus. As we stare down at the planet, its great oceans and epic continents are swallowed by a white envelope. Harath momentarily appears as a white marble in space. Receding as fast as it came, the white light disappears, and the planet forever changed. This event will be forever known as the Glow. Zooming down to the surface of Harath, we fly across the lush, windswept plains of southern Continia. Hills roll into treacherous forests, known for their spirited peoples and flesh-hungry monsters. Our view finally rests right above the genesis of the Glow. Here lie the ruins of the Kingdom of Anzoth, a once proud kingdom of humans known for aiding the Fifth Coalition in battle against the mighty Grottle Empire. Now it is the graveyard to the old gods. Our story begins 84 years after the Glow, during a time defined by the rise of new gods and scourged by the plague of the Demon King. I would like to ask Edgar and Brian to leave the table, please.
Don't get one shot.
I'll try.
I'm gonna one-shot you.
Shit, I knew it.
So, the where our camera is now is in the country of Rustaria, correct?
I believe so, yes.
We are down in a little town called Poppyville. And we find a little halfling packing her bags and grabbing her donkey.
This is true.
What does she look like?
Oh.
What is her name?
Her name is Delina Cherryfoot. She's, oh gosh, nobody cares how tall, but she's pretty short, very short.
I care how tall.
Shit, I wrote it down. I know I did. Pathfinder has too many pages. Controversial opinion.
Third page.
There we go. Alright. She is 2'8", so pretty little. She's about 20.
Okay.
She's got red hair. She's a ginger, blue eyes, freckles, little buck teeth, and she looks kind of mixed, I would say. So, yeah.
As she's like packing her belongings from her room, what does her room look like?
It's pretty small. I would say it's like more like a big room that's sectioned off with like sheets and curtains to give it like this illusion of privacy, but like you can very clearly hear like children playing on the other side of the curtain. So it's pretty little, but it's decorated with dried flowers and little knickknacks and things from her friends and family.
And as the day passes and you know you're gonna leave this place, and night sets, do you leave anything behind before you head out?
I leave a note that says something along the lines of, "Dear family, I love you very much. Here's half the, I don't know, gold that I've been earning doing odd jobs around. It's not you, it's me."
Very good. And you leave into the night and grab your donkey. Does it have a name?
I don't think I named the donkey yet.
Hoof.
No, I did. I wrote it down. I don't remember what I named it though. Something stupid, I'm
You
sure.
go with like hoof.
Hoof? It was Hoof.
It was?
I think it was like Hoof
It
the
was
donkey.
something like hoof. Yeah, I believe so.
Whenever we find it, we'll edit the name on the screen.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And I grabbed my little mouse, Winifred.
Winifred. Fred? Winifred?
Fred, Winnie,
Okay,
Winifred.
just making sure I heard you right. And do you see it as a riding donkey or just kind of it goes with you?
I definitely am on the donkey. I
Mhm.
would say for someone of our stature, we would not ride the donkey.
Yeah.
She could ride the donkey.
As you reach the outskirts of Poppyville, the first time you've ever left this place in your 20 years of life, you bump into Dalen Ferngrove on your way out. And he's just like an inch taller than you.
Yeah.
He's also sort of like ginger. He's from a more well-to-do family. So you're in sort of more like the rags found around while he's kind of a little more dressed up, you know. And he says, I know you've been talking about leaving, but I just don't think you should go, Delina.
Well, you can't stop me. I've already made up my mind and I'm leaving.
But, Delina, it would be silly to leave your whole life behind.
What you consider to be silly, I think is probably the wisest decision I've ever made.
Oh, Delina, I know I don't say it enough, but I love you, and I don't want to see you go.
Well, that's all fine then, but I don't love you. You're boring and rather short.
Fuck.
Oh, you have really struck me in my heart, and my short legs. I'm not gonna stop you from leaving, but no, I'll never forget you.
That would be rather hard to do.
I'm just gonna keep going.
You walk right past him, and you spend the next days that turn into weeks crossing hundreds of miles of your country, places you've never seen before. You cut through its amber forests. The trees sort of have that like birch trunk to them, while the leaves are a mix of like gold and pale yellows. And it's winter, and most of the trees keep their leaves in this part of the world. There's even like some pine versions of those kind of leaves and trees. And you cross its jade gravel hills through central Arkondor, which is the continent you're on. And you make it to the port city of Quinder. You pass the halfling hovels. You pass through a mix of different, like, what are they called? Like merchant villages and stuff like that. You pass a few little fishing huts and stuff until you end up at the pier. And the clouds on the horizon are this like heavy charcoal that just sort of stretch. They're coming the way of the continent, but where you're at, it's sunny, but it looks like it's stormy on the horizon. And near you are a few ships, and just off one of the ships is this very distinct pirate-looking woman. She has sun-kissed skin, ashen hair, a missing eye with a brutal scar across it, but a kind smile. And she even catches a little glance at you, gives you a little, and looks sort of back at her crew. They're just having a conversation on the dock. What do you do?
Well, everyone is friendly where I come from, so everyone is friendly everywhere. So I would like to approach and maybe I don't think I want to tug at her clothes, but do sort of like a.
She turns to you, kind of like Scar first. She doesn't wear an eye patch or anything, but she does have a nice like tricorn hat on. And she looks at you. Hello, little one. I like your braids.
Thank you very much.
What's your name?
My name is Delina. What's your name?
Well, I'm Captain Greta Silverborn,
Oh.
Lady of the Five Seas,
Oh.
looter of the Lapis Cradle.
I don't know what any of that is.
And pirate captain of the Sleuthwood Pirates.
Oh.
You look like you're all alone. Do you not have any friends?
Well, of course I've got friends. They're just little and they don't really talk very much. And I kind of hold up my mouth.
she just like pets its like nose or whatever, and she says, "Ah, it's a cute one." Well, you seem to be someone pure of heart. Do you seek adventure?
Yes,
Really?
absolutely.
I think I have a little room on my ship for your little friends and you, if you'd like to come along. We are really a nice crew. And she points she I'm totally offset now. Oh yeah, she points at her crew, and it's just a mix of men and women who just they look like they've seen it all.
Oh.
They look a little gruff, but they have a jolliness to them. But there is a mean sort of atmosphere that is undeniable, just by the looks on their face alone.
Well, I can definitely be rough and tumble when I need to be.
Well, is there a place you want to see?
Everywhere. I want to go everywhere, honestly.
Well, our next stop is Port Abyssinia.
Okay.
And you just like hop on the ship and sail on out for the next few weeks, cutting through storms.
Sweet.
Edgar, could you come to the table?
Bro, not my Coke.
I'm still listening. I'm gonna finish writing my spells.
What?
Hello.
Hello. It's our first time meeting. I'm Edgar.
Hi, I'm Bella. It's nice to meet you.
You're wearing this.
Scandalous. Can I read the card too?
No.
No.
You'll see it when you
So-
see me. Alright.
It must be naked.
We begin your story in a cell. You're lying on slate black for your bed. Opposite you, there's 3 walls with a tiny little window that it's just like an inch wide at most. And across from you is another prisoner of human descent.
Oh, I have a cellmate?
You have a cellmate. And on one wall is just like classic bars.
Oh, okay.
And you've been here for 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
You've learned the ropes a bit here. All prisoners have been installed with this gem somewhere in their neck that burns them. An interesting part of this prison is you've never seen the guards. You call them the unseen. And when you're out of line, sometimes you can hear their footsteps, but most of the time they're quiet. And when you step out of line, you receive a burning. You and all the prisoners. As you sort of wake up for the day, you don't get a lot of sleep around here. The doors open, all the doors sort of like in unison, and this spell pops up. It's a little like image of just
Ooh.
kind of like an arrow pointing in a direction.
Oh, I've
down
got a
the
little
hall.
HUD telling me what to do.
It's not exactly a HUD, but it's HUD-like. And the doors open, the arrows point, and a prisoner across from you, he doesn't have a cellmate. His cellmate is a skeleton.
Oh.
He kind of just moans and he's like, "Don't want no breakfast this morning. Not gonna have it." And roll a perception check for me. First roll of the game.
First roll of the game! I really... okay.
Nice.
I got... Oh, fuck. People are going to see me do math.
Yeah.
I got a 23.
A 23. You do hear. You hear a couple of footsteps from something completely
Okay.
unseen, and you hear just like rocks kind of like break in the hands of something, just like. And that is followed by flames like popping out like the sides of his neck and just like burns his face. And he's just like, and just like skin is singed. His eyebrows are like burnt off. And he's like, "Fine, I'll have breakfast." And he gets up, like just rubbing his wounds. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna kind of just like cover my nose. I've got very sensitive smell, so the smell of singed flesh kind of.
Oh yeah, that's in the air for
And
sure. It's a
it
little
kinda-
porky.
It kind of dampens my. I was looking forward to breakfast, and I was thinking it's like, hey, if he's not gonna have it, I'd have it. But
So-
after smelling him, I'm kind of just like,
And so as you're like standing up and walking down the hall, what's your name and what do you look like?
oh, I got him. I'm kind of tired. My name is Sergey. I'm a tiger catfolk. I'm kind of lanky. 6'2", obviously.
Natural.
And yeah, kind of just lanky. I've kind of just lost a lot of weight in prison. But yeah, I've got kind of like a mullet haircut kind of going on. And I've got mutton chops with like a mustache.
Ooh.
And yeah, but yeah, that's kind of what I look like.
Serving World War One.
Yes.
So you make your way down the hall, and you're passing ex-magisters and exorcists like yourself, and false prophets, and other undesirables
Oh.
noted by the Grottle Empire. You're in the incarceration center for the divinely insolent. And you've met a lot of kooky people, cranks, people who love to sell their, false gods. And you make your way to the cafeteria and you step in line. You get today's gruel with a little extra hair.
Oh,
Um,
Dexter.
and you have a vast amount of choices before you of where to sit. There are some empty tables. There are some quite full tables and a mix from anywhere in between. Where does Sergey choose to sit?
I kind of just, I kind of just try to keep a low profile, so I kind of just find the most inconspicuous table. I guess just people minding their own business. Hopefully they don't mind me going into their business, but yeah,
Okay.
the less people the better is where I kind of want to sit.
There are some quiet conversations at this table. Nothing you haven't really heard before. Some of these people kind of just tell the same old stories. But someone you've never seen before sits across from you. He's a half-elf. It's hard to tell what age he is. Some half-elves only get to be as old as a human, some centuries. But he's clearly, on his face, you can just clearly see he's gone through a lot of suffering in his life. Whether he's old or young. And he has some wisps of hair on his face. But something interesting when he sits down across from you is the moment he sits, you just get this low, like, hum in your ears.
They kind of
And
pick
you-
at my ears,
You
thinking,
do, and it just stays the same volume. He looks up at you. He's wearing a hood. And do you look into his eyes?
I kind of do my best to kind of just focus on my breakfast.
Okay.
Maybe this guy's just minding his own business like me. I'd hope so.
Sergey, I have a message for you. He says from across the table.
As someone who's kind of trying to keep it to himself and hasn't really shared his name, he's like, how do you know my name?
I know lots of things. And I know about your future.
Interesting. Go on. I kind of just uninterested and just.
If you are to remain in this prison, it would spell tragedy for Harath. I can see the horrors now. The powers that be, they will try to hold you back at every stop in your advance towards destiny.
And who are you? Hooded man?
My name is Soothsayer Feldry.
I'll try to remember the name, but you say if I stay in this prison, bad things will happen, but there is no escape. It's prison.
There will be an opportunity for you to leave, and I suggest you take it.
When? You see the future.
Within the day. If you want to know something about me, young catfolk, Sergey of Kesiku, time is my curse.
Time is your curse. Is it?
I'm seeing your death even as we speak now.
When do I die?
That one is up to you, young catfolk. I can see your birth in the litter of your brothers and sisters who grew side by side with you. So listen to me now when I say, when you get the opportunity to leave, you take it. And you take it as soon as possible, because your death will be a whole lot sooner if you don't. I'm here because power fears truth, young cat. And as he says that, for the first time, You again hear the footsteps and like the crunch of like rocks, but for the first time, that was followed by no flames, and you see like hands pop out of nothing, out of thin air, and just fucking rack him across the head, and then you see like boots kind of form out of thin air, and they just start like kicking the crap out of Soothsayer Feldry on the ground. And interestingly enough, he's quiet through the experience and just accepts the punishment and beating.
Okay.
They don't touch you though.
I'm kind of just gonna get up and put my plate away and just kind of contemplate what he just said. Damn, I really thought he was didn't think he was a prisoner. I just thought he was some. Who the fuck is this guy? It's kind of just my main takeaway.
That's fair.
I'm walking away.
You wonder if he is a prisoner, seeing how the collar trick didn't seem to work on him.
Yeah, I know.
And you make your way to your cell. Brian, can you join the table?
Oh, okay.
Here he
It's
is.
Brian time.
Brian.
Oh shit! Oh, I mean it's Jacob's time.
Dude.
Hi, I'm Jacob, if you guys don't remember.
Asshole.
In the western reaches of the Grottle Empire, framed is in the foreground, we see this gravel dirt road curled over. In the middle ground, we see several hills intersected with the same road, kind of stretching into the distance. In the background, we see an epic mountain range of browns and purples that point into these glacier caps. At the base of the mountain, you can see this natural carved structure that is some kind of prison.
Okay.
At the foreground, it is just like bisected by the hooves of a moose drawing a carriage behind it. And we watch as it tears over the hills toward the mouth of the mountain. Inside the carriage are 3 elves and a half-elf. Would you like to tell us your character and describe him?
Yeah. So, my guy is Ladrin Stork. He's an old elf. He's got white hair with strands of blonde just running through his braids. He's got wrinkles creased all across his face. And, you know, he's still held together, kind of tall and strong. It kind of doesn't look like age has, like, dared to touch his dignity yet. He has a nice shirt, and he's got a nice white shirt, and then he has a nice thick, like, deep green overcoat that's kind of, like, buttoned up and strapped, kind of ending here, and he has his right arm just kind of resting in it like a sling. And his right hand is also just, like, dripped out with, like, much of gold and jewelry and all that kind of stuff. And he's also got a 3/4 racked crown wrapped around here, and it just kind of stops to open to show, like, a kind of split scar on his forehead that's just aged from centuries ago.
Okay.
And he's just kind of, I don't know, I think he's just sipping on some wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sitting across from you is Governor Hike of the Divinoth Plains. He, this is basically his part of the domain.
Okay.
Next to him is his guard, Sel. And next to you is your squire, Ording. He has like a silver band around his head, and he just has some very like basic leathers on. And he looks like not a common folk, but definitely not as like opulent as you are.
Okay.
And he's just like, he's got a bunch of your things sort of like on his lap. He's got a small short sword kind of in his belt. And Governor Hike says, "We are approaching the prison. You watch as his eye stone flashes white briefly. It seems like he's receiving a message, the spell. So he hears something in his ear, and he says, Empress Yothane has approved the pardon of the demonic exorcist. He says, however, he needs to be put on a tight leash under your supervision, Lazarus. She will cut off all support if something goes terribly wrong.
Well, I don't think anything will go terribly wrong.
That's good. Because if it does, it's my head and your pocketbook.
Oh, I mean, hoarding takes care of those things. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Sweat a little bit.
He's just constantly sweating. You guys make your way across the plains. As you approach this prison, it's made of just the stone from the mountain. It looks like it's just totally carved, like not even a brick was placed. These towers are carved of its stone. Its gates are also carved of its stone. It's very like camouflaged. And as you hit the gate, carved in it in Elvish says the name of the place. Incarceration Center for the Divinely Insolent.
Awesome. Cool.
And as you hit the gate, you kind of like poke your head out to see around, and the gate never opens the whole time. You just like rush through it, and it like disperses an illusion.
Oh, it's like Harry Potter, like with the.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And the carriage makes its way into the entrance. What's going on?
I just used a mage hand to grab my character sheet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was like, shit, I think I forgot something.
And as you poke your head out the carriage, you see a bunch of the guard. Uh-oh.
Yeah. It catched light.
Wait! Alright, we're gonna take a quick intermission.
See
So
that?
good.
That's it. That's not a rat. That's a promise.
That's a promise.
Okay, alright, well, that's
Good. Okay, yeah, back to it. So, as you poked your head out of the carriage and you entered into the grounds of the prison, on either side, evenly spaced, are the prison guards. They wear these helmets that totally obscure their face and kind of flare out toward the bottom. They wear a lot of like dark leathers and like blackened steel. And they salute. They salute you. You basically like in unison.
okay.
They say, "Eternal Marshal!" Just kind of all at once. And the carriage comes to a stop right in front of the actual entrance to the prison.
Ah, so kind, so kind. Alright, lead the way, please.
Yeah, the governor gets out, and as you all sort of get out of the carriage, you are met with one of the guards, and he takes you to Warden Flora's office. You make your way through this prison. It's very dark in here. There's a little bit of like dazzling light spells here and there, but there's like stretched to max capacity, like they're on just a shoestring budget over here.
Oh damn. Okay.
So as you enter the warden's office, she is sort of decorated in these deep purple leathers with these like metallic like roses and tulips just kind of up and down her her chest and torso.
Okay.
And all you can really see are her eyes, because everything else is just kind of all mixed up. And she says, "Welcome, Marshal. We have the prisoner. But before I show you the prisoner, I want to give you this." And she sort of explains what it does for you.
Oh god. Oh, I guess you could. No, not you. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no. I didn't know we were doing kink shit on it. Edgar, my good man.
My good sir.
My good
My good
Sergey.
God damn.
It already happened. It already started.
The first one of the campaign.
And as she gives it to you and explains how it works, she says, "Well, I'll be showing you to the prisoner myself, but first we have to take these potions." And she just like drinks down this clear potion. It looks like water with just like a little bit of foam at the top. She chugs it down and totally disappears.
You know, I was gonna roll like, oh, what does this potion do? Is it like a truth serum thing, or is it?
I mean, you still
Seeing
can.
that, I'm
What are
like,
the side
no,
effects
I'm
for-
down.
You down it, and soon after you feel a tap on your wrist, and her voice that says, "Right this way, just follow the sounds of my footsteps." And you have, you just kind of walk in, and it kind of feels like she's purposely stepping louder than she normally would. And you just kind of follow her footsteps into the first cell block. It's like 4 cells tall, with a couple of like stairs going up to like the next platform. And you guys get up to like the 2nd floor, and you're passing by several cells. The most prisoners you see in any cell is 2.
Okay.
Each just have like a bed and another bed in a little hole.
Oh,
What's the hole for?
There's a couple of people that kind of like preach stuff at you about their god or whatever, like, "Blessed be Moira, you are come to save me," but you just pass right by them, like you can still hear her footsteps going forward.
Do they see me in preach, or do they just preach the footsteps?
They preach to the footsteps.
Okay.
And you make your way and roll a perception check real quick.
All right. 11.
11. You only needed a 10. You hear her footsteps come to a stop, and do you follow suit?
Yeah.
So you don't like bump into her or anything, and you just feel a hand on your shoulder and just kind of like guiding you to turn you to your right, basically.
Okay.
And you are looking into the cell of Sergey and his human companion. And you just hear a voice out of nothing. "Up, exorcist!"
Oh, and I kind of just get up, just hands on my knees, just.
You hear the chunk of the lock, and the door opens, and you just feel like 3 sets of hands on you, and you're just getting like dragged out. Give me a reflex roll. Save.
I took if I failed the reflex, I could re-roll it as one of my cat feats.
Yeah.
Is that a reroll?
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Alright, so So that's
19?
fair.
Oh,
That's
nice.
fair.
19, yeah, that's good.
Shit, do I
You
pass?
should've just
You
gone-
pass. You pass.
Wait, what's the check? Because I might crit.
It's a you just needed a 14.
1 sec. I'm cooking.
That's a success by 6 or 5.
19 plus 7, so I got a 20.
Oh yeah, you crit.
Yeah, I crit. Hell yeah.
You it feels like they were deliberately trying to just like stab you in your pressure points and like
Jesus,
kind of
awesome.
like just going to like drag you across the floor like to humiliate you.
You know,
But you hold firm, like it doesn't even bother you, and you're a little bit raised off the ground, but you can just be like stone cold as you want to be.
I'll actually let them drag me. I kind of sense what they're going for, and I'll go with it.
It doesn't bother you, but you do like kind of fall to your back, and just like there's hands sort of on your lower abdomen and like each on a leg. And you're just getting dragged across the
It's
floor.
only
If you
because
were
I
bothering
wanted
and
to.
leaving them, I was gonna use the crystal.
Yeah, so you get dragged out into the warden's office, and for the first time, you see the unseen come out of invisibility.
Wow, first time.
You've never seen them before. You
And
just
they're
showed
elves?
up. They are they are elves, but you can't see their face
Oh,
because it's
okay.
sort of totally obscured by their helmets.
Do I recognize like their uniforms? Like any faction
do you
or
have any lore?
I have scribing lore.
Scribing lore. I'll let you.
Yeah, religion. If that scribing and religion.
I'll allow a religion knowledge check. Sure.
Oh, trying to sabotage my rolls.
You do that yourself.
I got an 11.
An 11.
Wait, I'm cooking.
He's cooking.
Gotta write those modifiers down.
15.
15.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the 15.
I'll think about it.
You can tell they are distinctly of the Grottle Empire. You don't know like what this is all about, but you've heard rumors of them having some kind of like prison for like divine magic use.
I hate grotto people. So, as soon as I realize that they're grotto, I'm gonna bite the inside of my cheek to kind of make my mouth bleed.
Okay. A little bit of blood just kind of comes
I'm gonna
out
try
of
to
your
keep
lip.
it all in, you know, like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they kind of sit you up. Lazarin, do you come out of invisibility?
Is there like a table? Or
Yeah,
something?
there's a table. There, she has like a desk, and then toward where the entrance to her like warden office is, there's a big old table with a bunch of chairs.
I'll just be like already sitting down in a chair, like arm resting on the desk, just kind of looking at him, and then I'll undo the invisibility.
Okay. The warden kind of like gets up to you in your face, and she goes, "Demonic exorcist, meet your new owner." And she gestures over to Lazarin.
Why do you have to say owner?
How far is he from me at this point? Like,
6 feet.
okay. I'm gonna.
You're not in chains or anything.
Okay, I'm guessing I'm just gonna try to, like, take the seat in front of him, like, if at the table or something. Or, like, what's the situation? Like,
There's like a table like pushed to the corner of a room, and there's like 5 chairs. And he's just sort of on the long end of the table. There's a guard on either side of you, a guard behind the warden, and the people that Lazarin entered with are near the entrance.
Okay, I'm kind of like stand in one, like just kind of just stay, like stand still, kind of just like wait for further directions.
Okay. The warden looks over to you and she says, "Well, he's all yours now, and we have one less mouth to feed. Thank gods."
All right, no, that sounds quite good. Please take a seat, Sergey.
as I walk towards Lazarin, I'm gonna try to get as close as I can and just spit like my fucking bloody mouth towards him.
Do you
Just,
try to dodge that at all, or just like let it hit you?
Let me. Loki, I don't think Lazarus would be phased all that much.
I don't think
Yeah,
it was.
just does not react.
Just like square on his nose. Bleh.
Yeah, just
Oh. Alright.
pleasure to meet you, and I'm just gonna smile with like my
Little
bloody.
You put on the teeth, I'm just like. It's a pleasure. Pleasure. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I bet.
I have heard a lot about you.
All bad things, I presume.
Terrible things, honestly.
No, that's good.
Listen, I am in need of your services.
I figured. Why
So-
else would you be here?
Quite so. I'm taking you with me, and I'm going to need your expertise on hunting and exterminating demons.
Yeah, I do that good. I do that well.
Alright, that sounds good. We are going after quite a big fish. It is in my, desires to go hunt and slay the Demon King. And I am bringing you with me.
Big fish for a little man.
Elf.
Oh, my bad. Elf.
Yes. So yes, let's get going.
And you guys kind of pack up, load into the carriage.
As we're kind of walking away, I'm gonna add, oh,
Yeah, what's
shit.
up?
Never mind, I forgot this name.
Wait, who?
Or his cellmate?
Does the name
Soothsayer
just-
Feldry?
Does the name Soothsayer mean anything to you?
Soothsayer.
Soothsayer.
You could both, if you have knowledge, if you're trained in religion, you could both make a roll.
Oh, sweet.
Oh hell yeah! Okay.
This is a harder roll though.
I got a 23.
I got a 23 too.
Oh.
I can give you some knowledge.
Okay.
He seemed, from what you can tell, you're not sure if it's true, but based off what he said, that he is sort of cursed by time, or time is his curse, you can presume he's some kind of champion to maybe a god of some kind.
Interesting.
And who was this we're doing the check on?
His name is Soothsayer Feldry. He seems to have ties in high places. But where exactly, you are not sure.
Yeah, I do not know much about what you're talking about. Sorry.
Me neither. It was just a passing thought. I'm kind of just look at the guards and see if they had any reaction to the name drop.
Especially with how you can't really see their face.
Oh, damn it.
You have no idea if they have any real reaction. The people that came along with Lazarin definitely are just like, oh.
I have three skills. Four skills.
Very good, and one of them's religion.
Yeah. This is so awesome. I should not have
Oh my
taken that
God.
flaw, bro.
What was the flaw you took?
Intelligence up, 8 intelligence.
Which means he has one less skill than he normally would.
Yeah, because the rules were like 2 plus your intelligence modifier, and we're like, well, that's interesting. What? Alright,
Well, every couple of levels you'll get one skill boost. Anyway,
Every couple of.
every couple of
Should've done
levels.
strength.
Should've done strength. You guys load up on the carriage and you make your way north, tearing across hundreds and hundreds of miles of partially your homeland,
Yes.
parts you've seen before, but eventually definitely outside the migration circle of where you once called home. You also load up on a ship in Uanthus. It's one of the most populated cities in the world, especially with half-elves and elves. and you load up on a great ship.
We have to buy some gear. I don't have anything. I don't know about you guys, but I literally just got
So
out of prison.
out of prison, they gifted you like your basic like armor
fine.
and your god's weapon.
I guess.
and
Lavin's
you
just,
got
like,
your
buying
magic
everybody
item.
shit.
How kind.
The donkey's name is Hasty Hooves.
What was in that?
Okay, what about Sergey? What about you? Will you get a shopping addiction?
Yeah, with your money.
Exactly.
We
okay.
cut to the ocean on the ship of Greta Silverborn. Where do you think you've sort of made quarters at? Are you like in some kind of like hammock or something underneath the poop deck?
I think I tried to start in the hammock,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got pretty seasick and ended up making a bed on like bags of grain or something, just
Okay.
because I couldn't do the double rocking.
Walking up to you is this man who's probably like 6.5 feet tall,
Okay.
just like boulders for arms,
This
a
is pretty
huge chest, bald head, and just like kind of like a Popeye-esque head shape. And he looks down at you and he's like, "How are you fitting in?"
Well, honestly, I'm a little. I'm just a little bit sick.
Well, you know what always cures my sickness is playing checkers with Riker. Maybe you could play some checkers.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Let's do that.
As you get up to leave your grain bed, he lays down on it and he says, "Ha! Finders keepers. There is no Riker." And he just kind of laughs at you.
Damn.
That's so
Outsmarted
awesome.
and outplayed.
Outgunned, outmanned.
Give me a fortitude save.
I'm about to yak it. Where's my fortitude?
No, there's an incoming wave to this shit, bro. You're gonna get knocked off.
2d20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
You hold in your lunch, even as you, there's this sort of violent, like, going over some water. You keep it together, though. Some water kind of pours from the ceiling above down below. You just get a little spray, as you can hear, like, some thunder in the background. Water coming down, rain coming down.
Is it always this bad at sea?
It's particularly bad right now. But, I mean, I'm fine. I'm used to it. We're actually in some pretty treacherous waters. It's a shame you suggested Port Abyssinia. Or was it our captain? Who said that?
I literally have no idea where we're going.
And I blame you regardless of who said it.
Oh.
Making friends.
Well,
You should get me another grain bag. It would really help for my neck.
I think that perhaps maybe we got off to the wrong foot and we should really try and get to know one another and be friends. And I would like to roll. Oh god, there's no persuasion on this
You
sheet.
could give me diplomacy, which
Okay, I'll do
persuasion is part of.
I fully was like, oh yeah,
There's
5e.
There's like a persuasion action that's like a subset of diplomacy.
Okay, I'll do my diplomacy.
Nice.
Dice, floor dice don't count.
Oh, I got a 16.
Dude, the scimitar sucks for me. It's strength and I have no strength.
Okay, 17.
17. He says, "I'll hear you out. Ask me a question."
Lovely. Well, how long have you been a pirate?
Probably like 3 years, yeah.
Oh.
Not that long. Used to be a grain farmer, actually.
Oh, great. I used to grow up on an orchard farm.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. Have you had many pirate adventures?
What about you?
This is my first.
You like it?
So far, not really.
What's wrong? I mean, you got your bed stolen. That's classic pirate antics right there.
Oh, well, if it's classic, then I suppose I'm having a wonderful time.
And another classic pirate adventure is you grabbing me some grog.
I'll do just that then.
And I'm gonna pick up my stuff and not fucking do that.
Even as you leave, he like snores just immediately, just like falls right to bed.
Yeah, because it was a good bed.
It was. As you make your way through the bowels of the ship, you see Greta just kind of having a conversation with one of the shipmates. And you see a couple of hammocks open. Would you like to listen in?
I would like to eavesdrop.
Give me a perception or a stealth, depending on how you want to go about this.
I'll go with the perception.
Find that one.
Yeah.
Hey, you have it. Everyone has one hero point.
You better not use it.
You used yours.
No,
Did he
he's
really?
just an ability.
I used
yeah,
an
yeah,
ability. I used
It was
to
a
count
which
for
Isn't
reflex.
that different from a hero point?
It was
like
just
an
a
ability.
reflex. It was just for reflex saving.
I mean,
Functionally no different.
Well, when my character meets you and I swing at you and you fail to do.
why will you swing at me? You don't even know me. I'm using it.
All right. The first goal is to get rid of this. That's my character.
That's
first.
my
And the
first goal
second
is to
goal
make
is
sure
to
you
get rid of
don't get rid
me.
of it.
Good luck.
Oh my god. Not one again.
What?
8.
So you kind of are like distracted, like trying to pay attention, but not like look like you're paying attention, and like you bump into this barrel of beeswax, and you like full on thump your forehead against it for a D4 of damage.
Aww.
You take 1 damage.
Okay.
And you knock on like an already kind of busted like plank of the barrel, and it pops open, and like beeswax covers your face and ears. You're like having a little trouble breathing, like a little bit's getting in your mouth, and you just hear a muffled like. You feel hands on you, and eventually you just like see Greta's face as she like pulls like globs of beeswax off your eyes and out of your ears. Are you okay? That was crazy. I've never seen someone eat shit against a barrel so hard before.
Yes, I'm alright. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cause trouble.
Okay, well, watch out, because we do have gunpowder on this ship, and that would be tragic.
Yes, it would. I'll be much more careful now. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're okay, hon. It's look, you've got 3 more days on this ship before we hit Port Abyssinia. Just don't die. And she like takes one of like her first mate, and they go up the stairs together.
How many days has it been?
They've been at sea for probably like 8 or 9 days.
Oh, okay. You're mostly there.
I'm on the back half. Can I go up to the top of the top deck?
Sure.
Yeah, I just want to see what it looks like out there.
Yeah, as you hit, it's just like rain coming down. The boat's sort of
Watch the
rocking
lights.
like this. You just hear the crash of waves into the side of the deck and the howl of wind cutting across. It's pretty messed up there and dark and gloomy.
I'd like to go back down, and I'm gonna.
Soaked.
Yeah. Well, that's okay because I would like to use one of my cantrips and
Yeah.
cast Prestidigitation, tidy, and clean myself.
Okay. You just like a few little sparkles. The beeswax that was still there kind of slips off your cheeks and onto the ground.
Perfect.
And we will cut from there to Lazarin's ship, made of this living wood. It's very dark, kind of a dark oak sort of color from Minecraft.
Oh, nice.
The name of your boat is Elmar. The ship actually speaks if you go to the, what is that called? Like a figurehead, the figurehead of the ship, which is sort of like a mermaid body with an anglerfish for a head. It's quite a fast ship, but very small, compact. You've been at sea for also 8 or 9 days at this point. Sergey, you were in the bowels of the ship.
Yeah.
You're just with like the crewmen, basically, all elves. They look like just regular like sailor dudes. You know, not dressed too thick in anything. And you're basically like resting for the night. It's nighttime. What kind of activity would Lazarin engage with in his sort of like captain quarters area, like late at night?
Late at night,
Mm-hmm.
he's particularly fond of sleeping. But if he had to be awake at this hour, he'd probably just be like painting, you know, just doing some light landscape of the ocean.
Mm.
Blue up here, blue down there. And he's just drinking at that time too.
How do you
Nice.
landscape the ocean if there's no land?
He
He's
waterscapes it.
oceanscaping.
I
He's
oceanscape.
wetscaping.
Wetscaping.
It sounds gross.
Yeah. Well, wetscape blue.
Is that one on the chopping block too?
Nah, that's it.
It's in
I'm
the
sorry.
cut. You should.
It has to be authentic.
So, in the wee hours of the night, you basically just have some lantern light, and in sort of the dark corner of the captain's quarters, you hear sort of a and then the sizzle of embers.
I turn and look.
As you look back, you see a figure sort of cloaked in shadow, his legs kind of like crossed, his right leg over his left knee, sort of showing you can what the light hits is like his pants to his sort of nice red leather shoes with like gold engravings all over them. His suit pants are kind of the same color, and the embers sort of flick into the shadow where you can kind of make out like a figure, a very slender, long build that goes up to where the head is and has these horns at the front of its head that branch like in 2 different spots on each horn.
Just one moment, please. And I'm gonna clean off my brush.
Please take your time.
And I'm gonna set it in the thing. And then I'm gonna go and put my arm back up into the coat and have it like just rest in the sling. Stand up. Care for a drink?
I would love a drink.
Oh, splendid. He's polite. I'm gonna grab a bottle of wine and a glass and pour him one.
As you pour it, he just sort of like levitates the goblet and it floats over to his hand.
Okay.
And as that happens, like as you hear the clink of his like claws kind of scraping the silver, you see a flash of like fiery red come from his eyes, and a bit of a cruel smile to follow it.
I have the strangest suspicion that you are not quite an assassin.
No, I'm no petty assassin.
Well, then what does bring you here?
Well, Lazarin, the Eternal Marshal,
Yeah.
you are what brings me here.
Oh, flattered.
I have watched your battles from afar over the centuries. I have seen you in battle more than once, and it seems for once our destinies are intertwined.
Who, what are you exactly?
Enemies call me bastard. My friends call me Malu. But my business associates call me Maleficent Lucifer.
I don't think I need to jot that one down. That's gonna be pretty memorable. Sorry, which one am I meeting here now?
It depends on how this conversation goes, I suppose.
Alright, sounds
I
like
prefer business associates.
business associate. Alright. Gonna start fiddling around with stuff on my desk. And I go to the control crystal and I just kinda like have it play in my hand a little bit. Jesus.
It's sort of like it's stored in your hand, but you can kind of like summon it out of your hand.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Never mind, I'm just plugging.
You could have it like spin. If you want
Okay,
to,
I'll
just,
have
like,
it
float
spinning.
in.
I have it set in my right hand, if anything.
Okay. Well, here's what I have to offer, Lazarin. I will offer you immunity from the plague. If you do some things for me along your journey. No one's safe from this plague unless you have the right magic and know the right people. And I have the right magic, and I am the right person. So that is my offer to you.
Are you familiar with what my goal is, sir?
I can't rightly say, but I can see where your destiny is headed. And it's headed to the same islands I'm going to.
See, I'm headed to the islands to meet the Demon King himself. And
No one just meets the Demon King.
well, my destiny will bring me right to him, as I am going to.
You'll
chop his
never
head
make
off.
it. Not without my help. And that's why I'm offering it to you, because my destiny is also headed toward, let's say, meeting the Demon King.
So are you just cowering behind the front lines, waiting for?
Cowering behind the front lines, I am the front line, Eternal Marshal. I'm just trying to make the front a little bit bigger.
See, where I go, I don't see much room for courting with demons.
I am no demon. I'm a devil.
Oh, it's the same potato. I don't mean to be rude, but I think I am quite capable of everything myself.
Capable. You know, this ship is on a crash course right now. And I was thinking about helping you with that. But it seems my name must be Bastard to you. and you see sort of this swirl of embers start to form around his feet and like crawl up his figure.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna make my way out of the room. I'm gonna go see the captain.
Yeah, and he is consumed by embers and disappears into the night. As you go to reach the captain, you can hear the screams of sailors and the yelling of your captain, and says, "This wave is insurmountable!" And you just see this wall of water come down and crash upon your ship. Your ship sort of like goes upside down and capsizes into the ocean. And that's where we'll fade to black.
There's nothing he could have done to stop that. Yeah, he was bluffing.